Welcome back to the channel where we explore, learn, and theorize about the Marvel Universe. Today we're going to be covering a leak about the SWORD Disney Plus show, and there are some really interesting details regarding Ms. Marvel's origin, Thanos' children, and the Super Skrull. But before we get started, let me issue the normal spoiler warning, as this could end up being true. And even though this leak is extremely well written and sounds like it could be true, take it with a grain of salt. If you're new to the channel, I do daily Marvel videos, so be sure to subscribe to never miss out. Now let's get started. The SWORD Disney Plus project is called Marvel's Secret Warriors, and the first season consists of 6 episodes. Marvel has an eye on a 2022 release date for Secret Warriors. It was originally planned to be an 8-episode Disney Plus show called SWORD, but unlike its predecessor, Marvel's Secret Warriors will be focused on super-powered individuals and not the background agents. The reason the episodes came down to 6 instead of the original 8 is due to each episode's script being increased to 120 pages, which we already knew and will be the same for every Disney Plus show. Victor Cole is one of the victims of the Terrigen mist, released on the surface of the Earth by the Kree during the 5-year time gap. Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel will appear in the first episode. The story of Supergiant and Thane was changed from the comics. In this version, both are progenitor twin children of Thanos. Thane and Supergiant now lead Thanos' empire with an iron fist. After learning of their father's death, they go to Earth to seek revenge. Meeting SWORD and the Secret Warriors along with Captain Marvel, they're forced to withdraw their invasion and come up with a plan in the first episode written by Jon Favreau. Victor Cole won't turn out to be a villain like in the Marvel Rising animated TV series, but there are hints through Season 1 that would lead the character down a similar route that a Star Wars fan favorite character went through, which they're most likely talking about Kylo Ren. The Marcus' storyline from Deadly Class would be the closest representation to Victor Cole's life in the MCU, before he's recruited by Fury for the Secret Warriors, created as a response to the Avengers team. Secret Warriors are the secret Avengers working under SWORD. Talos suffers a great loss at the hands of the Kree Empire and becomes an experimented on Super Skrull by the end of the season. His story sets up his role for Captain Marvel too. Maria Hill dies in the final episode along with Thane in an explosion that will destroy parts of the SWORD base, and the Skrulls will suffer the most losses from these actions. Thane will have a better role than Supergiant during the series, but Supergiant will be set up as the villain for the second season. Victor Cole will have a small cameo in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now there's a couple of things in this that don't make sense. For example, 2022 was way too early to get another show completely finished after these delays. Plus, the fact that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier and a couple movies like Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings didn't finish filming, Loki, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Ms. Marvel still need to come out, and there's currently 4 other movies scheduled for that year, makes it seem like a guess. But there are also a lot of interesting and fascinating details in this leak that could be real, and the fact that it does something that Marvel is very well known for, in the sense that they place small, seemingly insignificant details in one show or movie that end up connecting to a different one in a much larger way. Like the Kree spraying the Terrigen mist on Earth during the 5-year time gap, and it being how the Inhumans are created, which obviously Ms. Marvel is an Inhuman, but also the fact that she'll team up with Captain Marvel like in the comics. Then there's Victor Cole, who's actually a newer villain created in 2014, and his family become Inhumans due to the mist, but he doesn't. So he assumes that he's adopted and goes down a dark path, eventually being bound to one of the Mandarin's 10 rings, the Nightbringer ring to be exact, and that's why he'd have a cameo in Shang-Chi. But there's also other things like Talos becoming one of the Fantastic Four's most notable villains, the Super Skrull, since he's currently an ally of the Avengers. But when Thane and Supergiant arrive to avenge their father, the battle that ensues would cause the Skrulls much pain and suffering. And if he gets captured and experimented on, it would make sense why he'd want to get revenge on the Avengers and SWORD. And I know that a lot of people were actually really frustrated when the Skrulls were introduced as allies in Captain Marvel, but it seems like they always have a plan that no one could see coming, and these events will lead into the Secret Invasion storyline. However, interestingly enough, it also might have confirmed that this show will only be 2 seasons long, by saying that Thane will be the main villain in Season 1 and will die, leaving the door open for his sister Supergiant to be the villain in Season 2. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Could this leak be real? And if so, what are you most excited for? Thane and Supergiant, the Super Skrull, the Inhumans, or something else? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you'll never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.